Hello, everyone. Now we have a live in a box case of complex bifurcation and rotablation, and we will have a lot of one by one, step by step of the rotablation procedure with the RotaPro, and a discussion of the bifurcation technique that we'll use. I'm Dr. Shehab, lecturer of cardiology in Ain Shams University. It's a pleasure to have Dr. Tariq Rashid, lecturer of cardiology in Ain Shams University. I'd like to thank him very much for assisting me in this case, as it's my first time with the RotaPro. And we have the resident Dr. Ayman Hazem Khamis, who will present our case, and Abdullah, the nurse, and Badr, the technician. So Ayman will present the case, then we'll show you the angio.
Good evening, everyone. I'd like to present the case with a 68-year-old male patient. He's an ex-smoker, diabetic, ischemic heart disease. The patient was complaining of exertional urge and exertional dyspnea of 4-month duration. His ECG was right bundle branch block. Echocardiography was done with 35 to 30% ejection fraction with mild mitral regurgitation.
Okay, so as you see here up, this is the right coronary. It's small and diffusely diseased. And this is the left system in the caudal view, showing a long circumflex lesion at the bifurcation of the OM. And the cranial view shows the cranial view. It's a heavily calcific subtotal proximal LED lesion. And as you can see in the spider view, shows the spider view, there is an ostial diagonal, and it's a sizable diagonal. So it's a 1-1-1 bifurcation with a heavily calcific LED. Our strategy is to start with the circumflex provisional stenting, and then proceed with rotablation from the start to the LED, and then maybe we will do a DK crush or a mini crush to the LED diagonal. So we'll start with the circumflex.
Actually, there was a previous trial for this case. The failure of balloon crossing is told
there was severe calcification, and I failed to cross with the 2.0 balloon and the 1.5 balloon. So that's why.
So balloon crossing was difficult and was impossible. So that's because of the severe calcification of the lid. Also, my opinion, there is a severe calcification in the left circumflex, but we will try now with a 2mm balloon.
Yes.
If we didn't cross with this balloon, so we have to start rotablation for both vessels, circumflex and left anterior descent. Actually, it's a very complex case with a double bifurcation, multi-vessel disease, heavily calcified vessels or lesions. So we have a real complex case in all male with diabetes.
I'll do balloon dilatation with the 220 balloon.
عايز 3 NC. My opinion also, this vessel is a heavily calcified vessel, so I prefer to start rotablation for this vessel also.
That's nice.
I know, but maybe stent opening will be very difficult.
Yes.
So we can IVUS this vessel before we decide to go for a PTSA only, or do rotablation or plaque modification.
Okay.
So we have IVUS. So we prefer to IVUS the vessel first to see whether this vessel for plaque modification, or to go with by rotational atherectomy, or to go with only high pressure balloon inflation for pre-dilatation.
And so here, as you can see, the IVUS probe passed very difficultly. I think it's a fibrotic plaque and some calcium.
measures at least يعني لا هنا
This is the 180 calcification.
لا هنا كتير وقف كده في so there is an arc of calcium of at least 270 degrees at certain point. So now we can appreciate the black burden. لا لسه مفيش كالسيوم لغايه دلوقتي، حته صغيره خالص هي اللي فيها البلاك شادو اللي وراها بس.
هنا يعني like a horseshoe calcium.
Yes, this is the calcification. You can appreciate how much calcification in the vessel. So if you can see the vessel structure here, you can see layers of the vessels. All this. Here you can see the vessel layer because of the refraction of the ultrasound waves. So because of this heavy calcification, you can see a black shadow in the back. So this is the heavy calcification of the vessel. This is the main difference between the calcification and fibrosis. You can see a dense white area, but this dense white area is fibrosis only, not a calcification. But here it's a calcification because
acoustic shadow.
The
black acoustic shadow. Yeah.
Behind this calcification, you can see the vessel structure. So this is a heavy calcification, and I prefer to go for rotablation for this vessel also.
Okay. So we took out the fielder wire and we'll put now the rota wire.
So now we exchanged the workhorse wire for the rota wire over a microcatheter.
Do balloon trapping or?
It's a long wire, no need for trapping.
Okay. Oh, it's a 320 wire. Okay. So now we'll get the 1.5 burr, and we'll do the first trial of rotablation.
Rotapro is the next generation of the rotablator, the original rotablator. The difference is in the control unit totally in the hand. So we have the dyna, the all buttons for rotablation at your hand. So there is no foot pedal, only your hand. This is the rotabear. Usually the pack contains the rotabear attached to the advancer. In the original rota, the bear separate and advancer in a separate packing. Usually for classical rotablation, we start with 1.25 and we get upgraded to 1.75. But again, unfortunately, the company doesn't have the 1.75 rotabear, so we go directly for the 1.5 for the left circumflex and for 1.25 for the LED, because LED we failed to pass a balloon. We start with the smallest bear. First, we have to check this.
Four
we
things.
Will connect, yes, we will connect the bear with the cocktail to drip, to see the drip. This is a cocktail used for preventing no reflow.
Just like the radial cocktail with heparin, verapamil, and nitroglycerin.
Then we will check the bear with the dynamo first. So we can see this is the dynamo. This is used for introduction and withdrawal of the bear inside the guiding catheter.
And there is a draw. It's called the draw. You check the drip, rotation, and then you check here the advancement of the burr and the wire. The wire here. When we put it, we will check that the wire is in place and connected to the back of the rotor.
So again, we will check the speed of the rotor before introduction. This is okay, 150 or 157, and this is a good
عايزين نفرد على قد ما نفرد الدنيا على قد.
Usually we rotate between 145 and 160 kRPM. So we'll start advancing the bear. We checked everything, and now we shift it to dynamo because we are going to introduce the system.
Okay, so now we're about 2 centimeters. This is the markers. This is about 2 centimeters away from the rotablation area. So we start by pressing the button of the rota This is the rota, and we check and go outside. I think it passes freely now, so we can stop now. So this was the first run. I think it passed smoothly at the end.
Okay.
So now we can take, we can check for the flow of the artery after the rotablation, which is very important. No dissections, and the flow is good. Now we go for a second run. Okay, there was no deceleration of the RPM, which is very important. There was no trapping. Everything went smooth. We'll take another view. Okay. So we can now go outside and check with the IVUS again, or we go
run.
another run.
We will
Okay.
check with the balloon.
Okay.
Actually, you need, of course, a bigger.
Verse.
Nice. This is called the kicking movement. You just like do uninterrupted advancing.
Okay, so
So
we
now
don't.
we'll take this.
So now we'll use a 3.0 NC balloon. Okay, the balloon passed smoothly. This is very good. Okay. Test. Okay, we can go down a bit and start 10. Oh, 12, 14. Oh, 14, 16. Off.
So now can we see? We can see that the
Here.
balloon is
16.
opened well without any indentation.
Yes, this is very important. It's uniformly
Okay.
open.
هنا view تاني بس انا عايز اطلع على 20 هنا.
Ah,
عايز high pressure بقى.
I can go 20 here. That's very good.
عايز اطمن معايا.
Okay. Oh, yeah. It's opened well.
هتلاقينا 38.
Now the balloon is well uniformly open. We'll take a picture now. The vessel, I think, became smooth. There's a slight dissection in the proximal part of the circumflex. We'll put the stent now, a 3 by 38 balloon stent. I think Zions, we have Zions Expedition.
هو 48 بقى.
I think it's better to cover the proximal part, so we'll take a 48 better.
Because there is a lesion also inside the branch.
Ah. Okay, it passed smoothly. We'll take just this. نطلع فوق سنة.
أنا أعتقد lesion
كده أحسن صح؟ كده يا دوب. I think that's okay. So we'll deploy now. Then 12, 14.
You can appreciate that the stent is fully open, deployed homogeneously without any indentation. So this is the beauty of
مش لو في وجع احنا اللي عاملينه ها؟
modification.
معلش.
And actually I wait for 20 seconds for this long stents to be fully deployed. Okay?
Yes. I'll take a test.
So we have a good hemodynamics. I think now seven.
I think it looks good.
We need to
Get
check
that.
ACT. ACT.
Oh,
We need to check ACT. Sure, I put it ACT one.
So we'll now take the picture now. I think it's open uniformly. It looks good.
Perfect.
And I think the ostium of the circumflex looks good too. Doesn't need any intervention.
So now we will shift to LAD.
Yes.
We'll do post dilatation or
We can, do you want to
3.25.
check with the IVUS? We can check with the
Okay.
IVUS. And I think it was a good decision to do circumflex first, so that if anything happens in the LED, we have the circumflex to protect the circulation. Now I got inside
Yes.
smoothly.
Pull back.
Now I'm doing I'll
Okay.
do the pull back now.
يلا نرجع.
This is the distal part of the stent. I think it looks well opposed.
Yes.
This is the very good. I think it's very good and well deployed. We don't need and just the proximal part, just this proximal part, we need a 3.25 NC. So now I think we're in the proximal part. We need to go up a bit. The calcium is very yes. Ah. Okay, we're now inside the stent. Let's start. Okay. So I think that's enough for the circumflex here. We'll shift to the LED, which I think is more important now. Okay, we'll take the wire out and go with the microcatheter from the start with the pilot, so that we can exchange it with the rota wire. I'll just take an angiogram after the stent. This is the final. I think it looks good.
So only minimal, very minimal rotation.
Like this.
Very minimal rotation. You can advance the microcatheter.
Okay, so now we'll take the wire out and get the rota wire inside.
So this is an example of balloon uncrossable lesion or
Yes.
device uncrossable lesion. We'll see what are the solutions for this. عشان بس ننزل
مايكرو خلاص.
وهنا تحت كده ايه؟
Okay, so now we'll take it out. We'll take the microcatheter out, ورينا فوق. And we'll use a 1.25 burr first.
Of course, this is a balloon uncrossable lesion, so the smallest bear, but take care of this bear because of the bear entrapment. Because of the small size of the bear and the small head of the bear, so it goes through the lesion, and then while you are coming back, it gets stuck by its shoulder.
Yes.
Yeah, this is the problem of the small bear.
So now we'll start with the ablation with the 1.25. Didn't cross. We will try again.
So bear is not passing. This is of course a heavy calcification.
That's part of it, but still about 5 millimeters. Needs to be a very tough surface case. Okay,
Pause now.
so now it starts smoothly now.
Higher speed now, used for passage of the bear. Check.
You can do polishing at lower speed than 1.5.
So now we have
Okay.
a lumen. It's okay. يلا خد واحدة على نفس السرعة دي. يلا يا باشا.
Okay. Okay.
So as you can see, the door wasn't crossing easily, except after we did a high-speed rotablation over 180 RPM. So now we will take this back.
1.5 burr. Okay.
So now we can see through.
Slight dissection, but we need the bigger burr.
عايز اخش شويه ولا ايه؟ معلش.
نخش بالجايدنج شوية.
خش وجبنا الخش.
نعدي الحتة اللي هي
كده خلاص يعني.
كده أحسن. Okay, we'll try another trial to pass.
يلا يا باشا.
ده أنا.
تيجي منين؟ يعني بتعدي الحته دي فيها شويه ميه كده. هي عايزين تيجي منين؟
Okay. We can take now. Okay, it's closing the. البر بس it's closing the flow.
هنا بقى الثلاثه اللي معانا.
Just don't inject strongly. Because if there is a slight dissection, you don't want to extend it. So you just a small whiff. Make a crush or a mini crush.
So you will do first the diagonal branch stenting. We need the 2.5 by 28 or 23 stent.
I think 28 better, yes, to extend the more inside. Now the microcaster passed very smoothly, so I think that's a good sign. We'll now get a BMW wire and we'll put a wire in the diagonal, do pre-dilatation and stenting, crushing, and then kissing and a stent in the LED, and then final kissing and pot, which are the steps of the DK crush technique. Okay, so now we'll put the wire in the diagonal. Test. Okay, so now I'm in the diagonal.
Cranial. So we pre-dilate first the diagonal branch, aiming for stenting. And we'll go here for 2 stent technique because it's a large diagonal and osteally
And what?
affected in the proximal segment.
متهيألي لا 20 ناخد متهيألي لا محتاج نطلع فوق 2 مللي وتحت 5 لو 33 بقى أحسن ولا إيه؟
نصور كده.
So now put a stent 2.5 23 in the diagonal branch with slight protrusion in the LED to crush it afterwards.
هات البالونه اللي نسيت ترفعه.
So now we will deploy the stent. Okay. We will get the other the LED balloon now to crush it before flaring the ostial part of the stent. We need to get the 3 point. We'll get the 3O NC balloon, the 1-to-1 ratio for crushing. Picture now. The diagonal looks good. Distal to the stent is black, but it's okay. I think we can leave it like that. Okay, now the 3O balloon passed, and we'll crush this diagonal stent.
I appreciate that this balloon is fully open. حتى البي تاني.
Yes. Okay, now you can see the crushing of the stent. Yes. Okay, now it's fully open. We go down for this calcific part to redilate it. Now it opened uniformly, but with a lot of difficulty. Now it stopped here. We can try inflating at low pressure in the guiding and then trying to enter again. It passed. Okay, so now it crossed this part. We need to predilate this part, which was the most calcific part of the vessel, and this was the one that stopped the 1.25 verb.
Also fully open.
Now it's fully open. Okay, and here. We need to go up a bit, I think. This part is okay. Now here. That's the most calcific part, and it opens very difficult. Now it opened well. You can see now it opened very well at very high pressure, around 24. And now the most important part is passing the balloon like that and making sure it passes without any difficulty. Now we'll go out. Okay, so we'll just stand the LED now and do a kissing. I think it's okay. I think it's okay. We can take from just the proximal part. Now, as you can see here in the caudal view, the stent of the circumflex looks very well deployed. Okay, so now we'll go up a bit. Up. I think we need to go down. It's okay here. Okay, so this is the 3x48. I think its length is not enough, but it's fully open. Distally looks good. We need to check. I always prefer to do a test while The balloon is still inside. Looks good. Now we can go out. It needs a proximal stent, yes. Okay. We need to see in the spider view the diagonal view. Spider view. Now we can go with the wire and the LED recrossing in the diagonal and kissing. Then we'll put the proximal stent, then pot. Okay, you agree? That's thin wire. Okay, so now we go with the 3.5 by 18. Yeah? Okay. Yes. Okay, we need to go a bit proximal. You can take the. Okay. No more inside. Okay, so now we'll deploy the 3.5 stent.
One's negative. No.
That's okay.
That's fine.
Yeah.
26
Okay. Now it looks good. Off. Now the overlap. Now we can do the overlap and extend the crush. Okay. And then we can do like a pot at the site of the bifurcation, which is the new step in the crush technique, to crush it more.
You can do only pot without kissing.
Now we're in the LED and okay. Now we're in the LED and we'll get the other wire back in the diagonal, but I need another view. I need the spider view. Spider. I need the spider view to get in the diagonal. Now it's preferred to do a proximal recrossing, but as you see, I'm trying here to do a proximal recrossing. Now أحاول أسترات الثانية. Now it's a mid recrossing, but it's okay, it's accepted. Now we have this wire in the diagonal, the other, the 3.5 balloon in the balloon passed easily. Yeah. Okay, well, fine. Okay. Now which wire? 3.5 NC balloon in the LED and a 2.75 in the diagonal. Okay, so now we'll enter with the other balloon. Right, okay. It passed smoothly, so we'll take out high pressure to the ostium. Okay, and then we'll pull this out with this one, with the diagonal, and we'll do the kissing. Off. Okay, So now we can take, this is the, which, the LED, the diagonal. Okay. Oh. Okay. So now we will use this 3.5 balloon for pot. So I think we can take the diagonal wire out and everything in the diagonal out. This is the LED. So now we will do the final pot to the LED. كودل يلا. سبايدر أحسن عشان I want to see the. خلصنا الحمد لله. ها؟ Okay, we need to get out of it. I think that's okay. Need to go now at high pressure now, and then take a final shot here and in the cranial view. Okay. I need to get out to the balloon and to take good images. Nitro. Okay. So that's the final angio. And the spider view looks perfect. And in the cranial view, the last, the final shot. Excellent. Thank you very much. I hope you learned from this case the rotablation, bifurcation techniques, how to pass balloon uncrossable lesions. I'd like to thank you all and thank Dr. Rashid, Dr. Ayman, and Abdullah and Badr. Thank you very much.
It's a good case of difficult rotablation because of balloon uncrossable, and the bear itself is passed with very difficult manipulations.
Yes.
We increase the speed up to 180 RPM. So it's a tricky case with multiple bifurcations, and we can appreciate the role of the modification atherectomy by rotablation. And this is very important tool to be used, and not to ignore everything. Every case has a special situation, and you have to know how to use your tools and use every tool in the proper case to get a good result. So this is a very good case for rotational atherectomy, and we can see the beauty of the results, and also this will give a better long-term outcome for this patient with a long stent and bifurcation. And thank you for Dr. Shehab and Dr. Ayman.
Thank you.
And hope that this case gives you a lot of tricks and information about the heavy spine lesion. Thank you.
Thank you.